Guys, here we are back on Lilith's account for another account takeover. Where is he now after the last one? What's up, everybody? I am Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. Now, last time I did an account takeover for this guy, he actually knew what he was doing a lot. And he had some pretty decent builds on his champions, but he wants more help. He wants to know who he should 6-star next. He wants me to theory craft some teams for him for current and upcoming content. He wants tips on how to finish Ramontu, and he wants champion and gear cleanse advice. Now, I will be honest, I have not finished my own Ramontu missions, so I am not the best person to give that kind of advice. But I would just grind them the same way I did the Arbiter missions, just as much as you can. If you want to line up some of the dungeon grinding with events and tournaments, I'd do that too. That's what I do with mine. But it's not fast. It's not fast at all. So just grind through them. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same as that. Hold up. Click the link in the description below right now to get a free legendary champion, Bambus 4-leaf, as well as one amazing free epic as you level up. Here are the exact steps you need to follow. 1. Log out of Plarium Play on your PC. If you've never had Raid installed on your mobile phone before, the link will work there too. 2. Click the link in the description and start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account with a brand new email. 3. Launch Raid and complete your tutorial. 4. You can find Bambus 4-leaf here as well as Ugo at level 15. This is an amazing account start in Raid Shadow Legends, so be sure to use my link in the description below right now. All right, so he wants some champion and gear cleanse advice as well. So we're going to just go ahead and take a look at his roster here. And we know he's got a very good roster. So he's got Carolon. He did take my advice. He's 16 Carolon. Very good. He's got Herndig there. He's got a couple 6-stars, right? So let's just look at his 6-stars. So we've got Alice. We've got several very good damage dealers. Several very good supports. I see Urogrim here. Built-in pinpoint. Very nice. I see Snicktrack. Snicktrack is very good as well. He's not in a great build, but Snicktrack is great, especially with this reflect damage passive. Very good for Fire Die, actually. So, yeah, he's got some very good 6-stars. I see a lot of healing, right? A lot of healing with Urogrim, with Rector. Protection there with Miscreated Monsters is pretty good. I see some crowd control with Carolog the Rigger. Of course, Arbiter for Turd Meter Fill. We have an AoE drop defense, which is great. We also have AoE turn meter pushback, which is also great, and a reviver, another reviver actually, besides Rector. And then, of course, we have some damage. So we've got our Herndig, we've got our Wukong, we've got our He-Man, and our Alice. Very, very good stuff. Also managed to 60 a Cold Heart here. Attacks one enemy, decreases target's turn meter, extra 30% chance of inflicting critical hit, increases according to enemy max HP. Very awesome champion in Cold Heart. So very, very balanced, right? All these 6-stars are very, very balanced. I like that. All right. So as far as who to 60 next, I see we have a Gretel. That's interesting. And there are a lot of really good epics here. So personally, I like Sabbatha. Sabbatha is great. She's got the revive with block damage. She's got increased defense, increased attack, 2 great buffs. Then she has the decreased cooldown by 1 turn whenever she revives someone, and then a heal on the A1, which is very nice. I like Ornn, personally. He's got the poison sensitivity and the poison. I don't really see any poisoners outside of Kale in the 6-stars, and poisoners can help make your runs a lot more consistent. So Ornn is a really good option there. Along those same lines, Venomage. Venomage carries a heal reduction with 2 poisons, which is really, really nice. Because you can use her like everywhere. You can use her in the Spirit Keep. You can use her against Nether Spider. You can use her against regular. But no, you can't use her against regular Spider. Regular Spider's immune to heal reduction. But basically anywhere there is healing. You can use her against Amius, right? You can bring your Venomage, which is awesome. She also has decreased attack and decreased defense on the A2. That has poison activation on the A1. So Venomage here is a very good candidate to 60 next. Of course, there's Seeker, right? Seeker's great. Increase attack with a nice juicy turn meter fill and a provoke A1, and then he protects everybody when he's hit by a crit. So those 3 are kind of the ones that are sticking out first to me. Of course, you can do Gretel as well. She is a very good damage dealer. I don't think she's anything extraordinary, and you've already got 3 very good damage dealers in Wukong, He-Man, and Alice. So I would say maybe hold back on Gretel right now. Level some Poisoners. Poisoners are great. Phoenix is good too, but he's a damage dealer. The other thing you could do is upgrade your Armiger. Now, I don't know what your Chimera scores are like, but if you have a fairly decently built Armiger, let's see, where is, okay, 9 million on normal. Yeah. So if you want to progress your Chimera, I would say actually upgrade your Armiger. I personally use an Armiger on my Chimera team, and the reason for that is because he has enemy max HP on a 2-turn cooldown. So it's only 1 hit though, so it's not like Marius or Newt, right? But all enemy max HP starts with the same damage, so you can actually up that as much as humanly possible. Mine hits for over 300k with this skill. And so basically he's like a mock Newt or whatever, right? A mock Marius, because he has enemy max HP and he's super accessible. So if you want to use your Armiger, he's a very good damage dealer for Chimera. He smacks. He really does. Of course, just make sure you're bringing drop defense and weaken and all that kind of stuff as well, guys. So you can upgrade your Armiger. Let's see who else is kind of here. Chromac isn't anything special. Old Hermit Jorg is really good for faction wars. He's a reviver. He's got the revive 2 random allies with 60% HP, 40% turn meter fill, which is really good, and then perfect veil. Like, this is a very good revive. The only thing is it's random, right? Then he has increased attack with a turn meter fill. It's very good, and then 30% chance of a burn. So Old Hermit Jorg is actually very good as an epic if you need him for faction wars. Let's see what else is here. I'm not really seeing any rares that are worth investing in. So those would kind of be my thoughts as far as who to level, right? Work on your faction wars, work on progressing content, right? You need a couple Poisoners, especially when you get to like hard dragon. Poisoners just make those runs so much more consistent. So I would say Venomage or Ornn first, or Armiger. I can't believe I'm recommending people invest in an uncommon. Guys, I will have a dedicated video to that come in either next week or this week. He's just awesome. Like, Armiger is so underrated. I never thought I'd say that, but he is really awesome. So those would be, that'd be my advice on who to 6-star next. All right, so as far as teams for upcoming content are concerned, right, that's kind of what you want to consider when you are planning your next 6-star. Have you cleared the Spirit Keep? Okay, you have cleared the Spirit Keep. Good. So really, you've cleared Dragon 25, so you've cleared stage 1 of Dragon Hard as well. So really what you want to be considering is how to push up in these hard dungeons. So that's where a lot of those Poisoners are going to help you. You could actually just use Poisoners, and yeah, I think Urogrim is one, right? Yeah, Urogrim is one. So you can like run a poison comp where you have Urogrim, Venomage, and Ornn all on the same team, and they're your only DPS, right? Especially if you have a lot of good healing and supports as well, like your Rector. So I don't know what you're currently using for Dragonheart. Let's actually take a look there. Okay, so Carolon for some crowd control. Makes sense. Ugo and Alice. So what I'd actually do is something a little bit more like this. Once you have these champs leveled, I'm going to take, well, he's in the sparring pit, so I'll leave him in there. But Urogrim should be in one of those slots. And then, who for that last spot? Rector. So I mean, this is what I'd probably do right now. You've got your Carolon the Ringer for some crowd control. You've got Urogrim and Rector putting out healing, and then you've got Venomage and Urogrim also putting out poison. So it's basically a poison comp with crowd control. It works very well, very consistent, and it's actually decently fast as well. So that's what I'd use until you get some super strong nuking gear, just so that, you know, you're working with the champs you have and the strengths you have, and you have some very good Poisoners already. That's awesome. All right, so as far as gearing advice, you did tell me you're not keeping anything without speed and accuracy. And for where you are, that is absolutely perfect, right? Personally, I don't keep anything unless it has speed or crit rate. That's kind of the 2 stats I look for. But let's take a look at some of your gear, right? You've got some good gear here. You want to keep that, like, that's a good piece. Like, this is something we could roll up, and like it rolls 1 speed. Okay, so now you're looking at 10 speed from a 6-star speed piece. Awesome stuff. You have a lot of gear, right at 835 pieces, and you've got good sets here, which is great. I think you're looking for the right stuff. What I would try to do personally is move away, and I'm sure you're already doing this, but move away from like the common gear, right? Move away from the common gear here. It's not really gonna help you too much because you're not gonna get rolls, and where you want to farm up gear is wherever you're gonna get rolls, right? That's how people get quad rolls. That's how people get super fast. I don't know who your fastest champ is. Is it Arbiter? Arbiter's coming in at 310. Dang, that is awesome. Okay, in triple speed and pinpoint. Sounds about right. So yeah, that works very well. Let's see, what else? How's High Katoon? High Katoon coming in at 222. Okay, so your Arbiter here is in a really good build, but you really need like triple, right? Yeah, you have them. Triple, double speed rolls in order to get that speed higher. Like this shield potentially could be replaced if you have like this shield. Let's see if we can double speed roll. There we go. So now you've got another 2 speed on your Arbiter. Bam. Nope, I don't want to use that. There we go. So yeah, now you've got your Arbiter with another 2 speed, 312, and then you can of course glyph that and get another speed. There you go. So that's kind of my thoughts, right? Like always be looking for at least double speed rolls by this point on all your gear except your damage gear, really. That'll really help you a lot. Rector Draft coming in a bit slow, I think, at 217. I think at this point, if you can get your Arbiter as fast as you can, you're looking for all your supports to run around 230. 230 pushing towards 250 on just everyone. Except your damage dealers. Your damage dealers, I think they're probably good where they're at. Yeah, 217 on Alice, 172 on He-Man. That's a bit slow. Let's see. And 139 on Wukong. That's very slow. Okay. Yeah, just keep pushing your speeds higher. Be looking for double and triple speed rolls on everything at this point. And if it's single roll speed, I think you hang on to it for right now. But later you're gonna want to sell it, and once again, like, get rid of all this uncommon gear and whatever, and yeah, it's not gonna help you at all. So as far as gear cleansing goes, what I do personally is if it doesn't have speed, accuracy, or crit rate, I'd sell it, especially like depending on the set. Like this Days gear, you don't need any of this except the speed boots, right? You don't like sell trash sets except for the speed boots, because at this point you can still use offset speed boots. So like Days gear, like sell all of that. Let's see. Avenging gear, sell all of that. Stalwart gear, it's okay on people like Phoenix for Ice Golem or whatever, but it's not the best in the world. How you've crafted some deflection gear, that's good. Like your fatal gear is okay if it rolls well, but if it doesn't roll well, I wouldn't. And once again, you are looking for like double rolls at minimum for your account right now if you want to progress. That's what I say. And put some of your poisoners in some of your fastest gear. 200 speed is a bit slow. I'd like your Urogrim to run at 220 speed personally. I think that's a much more comfortable place. Now, one thing I see a lot of people do is they build champs that they don't have ranked up. So like your Armiger here. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of that, which is really good. Keep your 5 and 6 star, like keep your gear for your 6 stars. Don't gear out a bunch of 4 stars. Okay, so you're not making that mistake, which is really good. But a lot of people make that mistake. And the way I see it is, if you're gonna build them, level them, right? If you're gonna build them, level them. I know I just have a couple 50s built for like Faction Wars on my main account, and I still plan on investing in them at some point, which is going to be really good. Like, also, if you're going to 60 them, book them. I think your Urogrim is booked. Yeah, good. Urogrim, like, everyone seems pretty booked as far as epics go. Like, your legendaries, you're working on it. That's good. Ooh, you put books into Arbiter, man. I'm not sure that was the best idea, but whatever. It is what it is. The only reason for anybody watching, the only reason you don't do this is because she is a one-trick pony for Arena with this skill and this revive. So you just need her to do the skill once and then nuke everybody down, so she doesn't really need the cooldown reduction on it. However, if you've booked your Arbiter, then you can just use her in Hydra or something. She's actually a very good support for Hydra as well. So you've got your Hydra champ set up and ready to go, especially if this is booked to a 5-turn. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I would consider using Arbiter in your Hydra team. Interesting that you brought down increases the champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25% HP. I mean, yes, this is a very good for Hydra builds though. I'd recommend War Master personally, so I'd just swap out some of this defense tree with War Master And then I actually think you've done the right thing with all these other masteries. So you're looking good there, man. You're looking good there as far as your mastery theory is concerned. Let's see. Is there Gira miscreated? I think there is. Yeah. Yeah, you've got some good builds. You've got some good builds. He's a bit slow, and he's got way too much crit damage. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is ally protection scales off crit damage. So the more crit damage you have, the more damage you're actually going to take from the ally protection. So lower this crit damage as much as possible. I like how he's in Immortal and Speed for extra speed, but I would want him running at 200 speed at least with maybe about 70% crit damage at most. Just especially considering, well, he's got 94k HP, so his HP is really good. So good job with that. Okay, so I see a 4-star accessory here, and actually that's fine. If it's a pinpoint accessory, I don't think the starage matters. Oh, this is why. Hold on, that's why you don't want crit damage on your amulet for an HP based champion. All right, see if that helps a little bit. Where else are we getting crit damage from? I don't know. Okay, all right. So yeah, see if that helps a little bit with your miscreated monster build. And of course, accuracy with HP. Try to find banners that have speed on them at all times. If you want him to have more accuracy, like roll this piece up, right? Roll this piece up, see if it double rolls speed, because it's very like, there it is. And now you can just slap on some more. You're going to lose 8k HP, but you're going to gain some accuracy, so we'll go with that. You'll land your debuffs more consistently. Now you're at 208. Much better. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, you seem to know what you're doing pretty much when you're gearing your champs. For your supports, like Rector, you have her in Bolster, I think. Yeah, you've got her in Bolster with the speed boots. Rector is a champ you just want as fast as possible. She's like your Arbiter, as fast and as tanky as you possibly can get her. Why? Because she has the revive, and then she has all the continuous heals, the perfect veils, and then she has the heal, passive heal, which is really good, and then, of course, the decreased attack A1. Like, this champion is so good. You want her as fast as possible to cycle through these heals, right? Make sure veils on everybody as much as possible. I would say Rector right now should be like at 270 speed, ideally. I'll let you go in and build her and all that kind of stuff, but I think 270 speed ideally is what you are looking for from your Rector. Guys, let's see. So let's theory craft some more teams for some more content. Once you get everybody built with a little bit more speed, come into Ice Golem here. Okay, so you've gotten to stage 20 Ice Golem. What I do for Ice Golem is, I don't know how far you are in your Mithrala. Let's actually take a look at that here. Let's see how far he is to his Mithrala. He's working on Yakarl. He's working on Drexthar. Okay, 3 Mithrala fragments. Holy cow. Okay, Hydra needs work. Hydra needs work because this champion is going to change the game for Ice Golem hard. The other thing I would do is your Drexthar. And you're working on your Drexthar, which is really good. Drexthar is going to be MVP in Ice Golem hard as well. You can stick both these guys on the same team with your Rector, and you've got a solid base right there. The reason he is so good is because whenever he's hit, he has a chance of placing burn. He has a burn on the A1. He's got provoke with decreased attack on the A2. Very good champion for soloing Ice Golem hard, although he doesn't have to solo it. Personally, I have mine built in regen for Ice Golem hard, and it just works fine. So yeah, you want to work on your Mithrala. Mithrala is really good because she's got the shield with the strengthen, increased defense, hex with extra poisons, which doesn't work on Ice Golem hard, but she's a very good protecting champ. So Mithrala is going to be your MVP. Drexthar is going to be your MVP. All that kind of stuff. Let's see. What else? As far as shards go, you've got shards. Okay, you're good. You're good there. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. And the other thing you can do to clear Ice Golem is your poison comp, right? So what I actually do to farm these higher stages of Ice Golem, and actually Ice Golem 20 when I need to for like missions or something, is I don't use actually regular damage. I wouldn't use crowd control here either. I like how you're using your protector. So something like this I think would be a lot better because the Ice Golem won't trigger his passive if he takes the damage from poisons. So, wait, where's Uragrim? Oh, sorry. Ornn being in the sparring pit. I'd actually do something like this. As far as your Ice Golem team goes, 60, it's looking more and more like you should 60 your Venomage and your Ornn next. Because they're just going to make your run so much more consistent. They're far less risky. You're going to trip that passive less. And it should be something faster, I think. Right, you've got your miscreated monster now, so he's going to be taking a lot less damage. You've got your Rector Droth for healing and all that good stuff. So I'd do something like this. As far as Ice Golem is concerned, it'll help you progress a lot. Like, a lot. I really like the fact that you're running a protector there. All right, let's see what else we can do, guys. Let's see. So, Fire Knight. I don't see any Fire Knight, like, hard champs. The champs you're going to want to look for Fire Knight hard, and 60 pretty much as soon as you get them for that, unless you're waiting for champ training, and to progress in Fire Knight. If you want to progress more in Fire Knight, look for your Geomancer. He's got the full turn meter steal on the A3. That's just for progressing Fire Knight. As far as actually doing Fire Knight hard, the champs you're going to be on the lookout for are going to, oops, that's Sacred Order, are going to be Neldor. So Neldor here is a high elf epic. I don't think you've ever pulled one. Where is he? Here we go. He's got a triple hit A1. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing freeze. Really, really good. And then if you pair him with another freeze champ, whenever an ally places freeze, has a 30% chance to attack the target with their default skill, which is this. So Neldor is probably your best choice when it comes to Fire Knight hard, so be on the lookout for him. He also has decreased attack, decreased accuracy on a quad hitter, and then he's got decreased speed as well. So this dude is super fantastic for Fire Knight hard, because whenever you can't turn meter control Fire Knight hard, so you have to use freeze, and freeze does your turn meter control for you. I see that you are working on your Yakarl, which is actually really good. Let's see. Have you bought all your Yakarl frags for the week? You have. Okay. So once you get your Yakarl, that is going to be a really good champion too. He's a damage dealer, and then he has a triple hit, 50% chance of freeze on the A1. So you can run your Neldor with your Yakarl, and that'll be really good. The other thing you're going to need is ally attacks. So at minimum, you're going to want a Farrakhan the Fat. You have a Farrakhan the Fat, I think. So, yeah, he's got burn and poison. And then he has this ally attack here. At minimum, you're going to want Farrakhan the Fat. When you get there, you're going to want to fuse your Mikage, because Mikage has an ally attack on the A3 on the first form here. Those are probably the two most accessible, like, guaranteed ally attacks. Of course, we had Queen of Hearts recently up for grabs. She's got an ally attack here. There are a lot of good ally attack champions. Right, I personally use Grand Oak Padraig from the Sylvan Watchers. He's got this ally attack on a 4-turn cooldown here. The other thing we're about to have, actually, I think it's live in game now, is the Dwarf Summon Pool. So Dwarf Summon Pool for Black Tusk, if you end up pulling him, he's got a 3-turn ally attack right here. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, you're going to be wanting to look for those freeze champs and for those ally attack champs for Fire Knight hard. For Spider hard, it's literally all about nukage. So just nuke your way through these past few levels. That's the best advice I've got. Actually, if you pull a Geomancer, he's really good in Spider as well. For turn meter control, because you can turn meter control the Spider. Let's see, that's what I use. I actually just used like an Armon's team for Spider for the longest time. But then once you get to hard mode, the boss takes damage every time a Spiderling dies. So you're going to want to look for an AoE Hex and an AoE drop defense. They're recently buffing my dude Calamitous, but Calamitous is absolutely perfect for this. He's got Hex and drop defense on the A3. An epic option, a budget option is Thessalia. Thessalia has a drop defense and then a Hex, drop defense, and then when attacking enemies under decreased defense, has a 50% chance of placing Hex. So there's a good option for you. Another really good option is your Mithrala. So definitely be getting in there and doing your Hydra. I don't know if you have done your Hydra. Are you one keying? No, not one keying. Okay. So hit me up and we'll do a Hydra takeover as well so that you can get your Mithrala. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much what you've asked for. Keep pushing your gear, right? Keep doing all that kind of good stuff. Let's see, we're gonna have, yeah, just instead of farming your common and uncommon gear, farm dragon hard if you can. You're clearing in 3 minutes, so you should be fine. And then of course you can use, honestly, personally, unless you're aiming for faction guardians, a lot of these epics can be used as food for your Venomage and for your Ornn. Burgess is very good as well, by the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna officially say to feed epics, but a lot of these aren't the best, like Crypt Witch, right? Just something to consider. I'm not gonna say to do it. I'm not gonna say not to do it. Just consider it if that's what works for your playstyle and your account. But yeah, Venomage and Ornn definitely looking like very strong 60s for this account, as well as Armiger. Just 60 Armiger for fun. All right. Okay, and I think that's it. Like your Ramon 2 missions, just push through them. You're gonna need to develop faction wars, so maybe don't feed your epics. Yeah, you do need to develop your faction wars for this, which is fine. And Doom, you're gonna have to do Doom Tower for this as well. So just constantly be pushing your stats and you should be fine. Yeah, you should be fine. Let's see. Oh, Bommel gatekeeping for us there. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, if you have any more questions, man, please let me know. Please feel free to DM me, drop me a DM and all that kind of stuff. Guys, thank you so much for watching. He is doing really well on his account, Arbiter at 312 speed now. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. Keep pushing your account higher, man. You'll enjoy this game more the more you do. That is one thing about Raid Shadow Legends. It gets more enjoyable the more you progress. So you're looking like you're in a really solid spot. Definitely have some team comps for the future. Make sure you get that Mithrala. Make sure you get that Drexthar. I assume that you're getting your fragment a day from Tag Team Arena. Let's take a look here. Yep, fragment a day from Tag Team Arena. Also grab these shards, right, and the energy. That'll help a lot with your account as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want an account takeover, click the link in my description below to join my Discord and then shoot me a DM. We will get you hit up with that, guys. All right, I have been Felrus, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll see ya in another video.